Hey everyone, welcome to the Ache Management with Essential Oils webinar. So I'm going to be discussing some essential oil use for some common aches and pains that we all have. We're going to make over that medicine cabinet so we don't have to rely on those over-the-counter medications, or worse yet, those prescription medications. Um, and I'm going to give you some recipes, some DIY things that you can do, some oil suggestions. We're going to cover, some recipes that cover inflammation, swelling, tension, other minor irritations. So get a pen and paper so that you can write down the recipes that I give you. So we're going to start off with what are essential oils. So essential oils are basically the essence of a plant. They're distilled and prepared for us. It really brings the power of nature into our homes. So inside many of the plants, in the roots, the seeds, the flowers, the barks, this is where we find those natural compounds, those concentrated, highly potent chemical compounds. These are the essential oils. So they are distilled out of those roots and seeds and flowers. In the case of the citrus oils, they're cold pressed out of the rind. Um, Essential oils are what give a plant its scent. It protects it from hazardous environmental conditions, and it can even assist with pollination, and it has so many other important functions and benefits. And if you look back in history, essential oils were used as part of cultural practices and traditions. We've got a lot of scientific evidence nowadays and some research that shows that essential oils can be effective and safe and can be used in a wide range of day-to-day routines and give us some amazing health benefits. And so, moving on, essential oils, like I said, they've been used for over 1,000 years, but we're just really kind of scratching the surface of their potential. We don't really know their full potential yet. We're getting to it through research, but there's so much to learn. In the past, the knowledge was solely based on anecdotal experience, but now scientific research has really increased, and in the last decade, there's been more studies published about essential oils than in the last 500 years combined. So today we're going to discuss some ways that the oils can help you with soothing some everyday aches and discomforts. And if anybody has any questions, if you are here live, please post them in the comments and I will try to answer them. And if you're watching this on the replay, the same thing. You can go into the comments and post your questions, and I'll be coming back to check on it. So we're going to talk about some of the ways that we use our essential oils. So internal, this is one of the ways that we can use, and this is specific to doTERRA. I don't talk about any other brand of oils. doTERRA is safe for internal use, and all of the oils are labeled that are available to use internally. So among our single oils, doTERRA offers about 37 that are safe for internal use. So using the oils for internal purposes means that you're going to go beyond just putting them on your skin. You're going to ingest them. You're going to get specific benefits to various organs or cells. It's when we want a whole shift in our system that we use them internally. There's several ways that you can do it internally. You can cook with the oils. You can drink them in water. You can put them in an empty veggie capsule to swallow. You can put a drop under your tongue, on the roof of your mouth. And as we explore the different oils today, I'm going to point out the ones that are safe for you to ingest. So then we have external use. This is topical use. This is probably one of the most common ways that people use their oils. It's really popular and time-tested model. And, in general, we're going to apply the oils where we need them for their localized effect. So basically, anytime we have pain, we want to rub oils on a spot that hurts. And I'm going to talk about using a carrier oil next because we do want to dilute the oils. So a carrier oil. This is a vegetable oil with little to no scent that's used to dilute the oils. They're shelf stable. I like to use fractionated coconut oil. You can see that in this slide, but you can also use almond oil, jojoba, grapeseed, olive oil. But fractionated coconut oil is light, it doesn't stain clothes, and it absorbs pretty well. And it doesn't make the oil any less effective. It really makes the oils absorb much better into our skin. They don't evaporate as quickly. They stay in that spot. So if you're looking to address, pain in your arm, for instance, and you dilute with a carrier and you rub that oil into that painful spot, it's going to stay in that spot for a much longer period of time and diffuse more slowly down through your skin to address that pain. And we always want to dilute those hot oils, like oregano is an example of a hot oil. So we always want to dilute those. And even with children and anybody with really sensitive skin, it's a good idea to dilute. So if you're in doubt, just always dilute. There are some oils that are safe to use neat, which means right out of the bottle. But again, like I said, I think it's more effective to use a carrier oil just for the benefit of keeping that oil in place for a longer period of time. So aromatherapy, this is when we use a diffuser. This is when we smell the oils. We're smelling them right out of the bottle from the diffuser. We can put it on diffuser jewelry like necklaces or bracelets. Um, Aromatics can do much more than ease our mind. Inhaling the aromatic plant extracts can really help to soothe our bodies. So it's really different than smelling one of those, those candles that we see everywhere, the Yankee, the Kringle, all of that. These are pure. These are having a medicinal effect on your body when you're inhaling the compounds. Because we're using those pure extracts that are coming out of those plants. And the chemicals in these essence of these plants can really affect your entire body. The chemicals are getting absorbed through tissues in your nose and your lungs. Then it's going up through your brain to your limbic system. And that's the part of our brain that controls our instinct and our emotions and different parts of our autonomic nervous system. And this can all alter the perception of pain. So aromatherapy really, really does work. So let's start with lavender. Lavender oil has really been used and cherished for so, so long, for centuries. It's got an unmistakable aroma and it's got so many different benefits. Um, if you look back again through history and ancient times, you'll find the Egyptians and the Romans were using lavender for bathing, for relaxation, cooking, and as a perfume. It's got a lot of calming properties, relaxing qualities. When you take it internally, it can really help you to address stress and tension in your body. You can soothe some minor skin irritations with it, like bug bites, skin burns, rashes. You want to dilute it again with that carrier oil. And if you want to take it internally, you can take 1 drop in about 4 ounces of liquid. But lavender is a great one. You can mix it with your carrier, apply it to your forehead for headache pain, the back of your neck for tension. We get some of those tense kind of painful headaches when we're hunched over a computer or working in our shoulders, in our neck. We get that pain, we hold on to that, and lavender can really help to address that. Another thing lavender is good for diluted is if you have any babies in your family that are teething, lavender is a great one to rub on their gums. So now we're moving on to yarrow palm oil. Okay, this is a proprietary blend that doTERRA has. It's yarrow essential oil and cold pressed pomegranate seed oil. So it's really kind of meant to be an inside out approach to aging and wellness. Um, this is a botanical powerhouse. It really is. It can be used topically and it really helps to revitalize aging skin. And when we take it internally, it's going to go right in there and address that chronic inflammation. We don't want to have chronic inflammation in our body. So when we have an injury or something happens, we do have acute inflammation, and that is normal. But when that lasts and persists and moves on and keeps going and going. We've got that chronic inflammatory response going on in our body, and that's what leads to chronic disease and chronic pain. So we really want to address that inflammatory response at the source. And this yarrow palm is really great for that. It's going to promote some healthy metabolic function as well. So the main chemical components are an omega-5. We've got antioxidants, beta-caryophyllene, and chemazoline. I'm probably not saying that right, but chemazoline. That's what gives it the blue color. So if you have this oil, you'll notice that it's a really bright, vivid blue. So it's really supporting that cellular function, that immune response, our nervous system function, and rejuvenation when taken internally, and that chronic inflammation. Black pepper. Black pepper is really best known as a cooking spice. So we all know about black pepper as a cooking spice. But when you use it internally and topically, it's really got some great benefits. When you use it topically, it's going to create a nice warming sensation, and it's very, very soothing for your achy muscles. So 1 or 2 drops in a carrier oil and massage those areas of tension. Like I said, the back of your neck if you're having tension headache, shoulders, your forehead if you're having a migraine type headache, your back, your knees, your elbows, wherever you're having that pain, the black pepper is really going to give it a nice soothing sensation. And it can also be taken internally. This is a good one for internal use. It helps to address the nervous system, helps to soothe us, calm us down, and it addresses anxiety when used internally. So oregano. Oregano is the next one. So oregano has a lot of anti-inflammatory compounds, and these are going to help to reduce inflammation-related pain, arthritis pain, rheumatoid arthritis, those things that are giving us issues from inflammation. It's going to reduce swelling as well. So the primary chemical component is carvacrol. So that's a phenol, and that possesses a lot of antioxidant properties when we ingest this oregano oil. So that again is going to help with that inflammation. So you really only need a small amount of oregano. So if you want to massage it into painful areas, you're going to use 1 or 2 drops with that carrier oil. And the same if you're taking it internally. It's going to really help you to maintain a healthy immune function, healthy respiratory function. We use this one in my house a lot during the winter months to address illness and inflammation. So it's not an oil that you need every day, but it is an oil that when you need it to address some certain things, you're going to be really glad you have it on hand. Next up is eucalyptus. Um, Eucalyptus has been studied recently, and in the Journal of Ethnopharmacology, back in 2003, they found that eucalyptus oil, which is often used in traditional medicine, does help with aches and has some anti-inflammatory properties. And again, some research from 2013 found that when we inhale eucalyptus, it's going to reduce some discomfort for us, lowers blood pressure, and also reduces pain. And this study was done on patients that had undergone some total knee replacement surgery. So when they studied the eucalyptus, that was their group of participants, people who had done total knee replacement. And that can be a very, very painful surgery. So it's very encouraging to see that eucalyptus really did affect that pain for those patients. And this is one that we only use topically or we diffuse it. Rosemary. Rosemary is the next one. Um, So this is one of the oils that's really pretty widely used in aromatherapy, and it's really aimed at reducing aches and pains. Again, some research has been done, and it's found that when we inhale rosemary, it does ease our aches, it soothes our muscles, and helps with bone health, and can even help with inflammation. Rosemary has a really beautiful scent when you diffuse it. I don't know if any of you have rosemary, but it really has a nice scent when you throw it in the diffuser. Now, peppermint. Peppermint is the next one. Peppermint contains menthol, and this is that minty smell that you're smelling. Gives you that cooling sensation when you apply it to sore, achy muscles. The other thing about peppermint is if you have anything like irritable bowel syndrome, the peppermint can help with abdominal pain, bloating, gas. It's really, really beneficial for using for any kind of GI discomfort. You can take a drop of it under your tongue for any kind of nausea. Like I said, any abdominal pain, stomach pain, peppermint is really going to be your friend. But it's really also great for, like I said, those achy, sore muscles. Dilute it and apply, and you're going to get this nice cooling sensation. And even on our temples, if we're having a headache, I use this a lot if I have a headache. Dilute it down with a couple of drops and rub it on your temples. And it's really going to help to address a headache. I love it for muscle aches, though, especially lower back. If I get a backache, peppermint is like my best friend. Clary sage. Clary sage is one of my favorite. Clary sage, I like to call it the girl boss of oils. It's going to address so many different things. Traditionally, back in history, they used it a lot for soothing the skin, but it's known for its calming properties in addition to those skin benefits. So the chemical component is linalool acetate, and that is one of the compounds that is really great for relaxing, soothing, and balancing. I use it in my diffuser at night. It's great for relaxation, for calming, for tension, for relieving tension, and it's really great for sleep. But it's also good for massaging on sore body parts. So anybody that's having PMS, period symptoms, menopause symptoms, and inflammation, clary sage is going to do some good for those symptoms. Rub it right on the abdomen, diluted with that carrier oil. If you have any PMS symptoms, any period symptoms, the cramping, the abdominal pain, clary sage would help with that. Next up is clove. Clove has always been used a lot for dental preparations. It's great for tooth discomfort. It cleanses the mouth, but it's got some really great benefits from its components that it has, the chemical component eugenol. It's very stimulating and energizing, and it also is very warming. So if you again have some achiness anywhere, massaging with clove oil is going to give a nice warming sensation. And it's got powerful antioxidants. If you take this internally, it's really going to support your cardiovascular health because clove has, I don't know the exact number off the top of my head, but it has the most antioxidants of almost anything out there. It's insane how much you get from this. And if you want to use it, if you have any kind of dental discomfort, mix a drop of it with a carrier oil and rub it right on the sore gums. It's a very hot oil, so you definitely want to dilute this one. And then next up is Deep Blue, the Deep Blue product line. I love the Deep Blue product line. Um, we've got a rub, we've got the oil. There's a picture here of the touch roller, which is already diluted down for you, and then we've got the Deep Blue polyphenol complex. Um, so it's perfect for soothing sore muscles after a long day of work, after exercise. The oils got wintergreen, camphor, peppermint, ylang ylang, helichrysum, um, blue tansy, blue chamomile, and osmanthus. And they're all working together to soothe and to cool and to reduce muscle spasms, to reduce pain. They all work together synergistically in different ways, but together they have such a profound effect on pain. So I like to rub the Deep Blue in my knees. I have a lot of arthritis knee pain, so I use the Deep Blue pretty much almost every day to keep on top of that. And when I first joined doTERRA back years ago, this was the first product that I tried. And at the time, I think I was taking ibuprofen just about every single day. And I can tell you probably since then, that was back in 2013 that I first got Deep Blue. Since then, I've probably only used ibuprofen a handful of times. Can probably count it on one hand. I use the deep blue. And I really like the rub. The rub seems to work the best for me. I don't have to worry about diluting it. It's good to go. You can see the picture here. It comes in a large pump container, but it also comes in a tube. And then the deep blue, the polyphenol complex, that is full of antioxidants, and that is great for reducing that chronic inflammation, which is pretty much the root of most of our pain. So that is something that I take daily to address that inflammatory pain. So that's some of the products and oils that you can use and some ways that you can use them. Baths are awesome for reducing pain and muscle aches. It's a great way to ease those aches. Um, you definitely have to dilute your oil into your bath water. So you want to mix it with something so that it disperses in your bathtub. You don't want to just drop drops of oil because they're oil into the water. It's going to be an oil slick. So you need to do something to the oil prior to putting it in your bath. So you can put it in a little bit of carrier oil and then put that in your bath water. That will disperse the droplets through your bath water. You could also do about 5 drops of oil into a cup of milk, and that will help to dilute the oils down and disperse them through your bath water. So as you're soaking, these oils are going to be absorbing into your skin, into the air because of the steam. So you're going to be breathing them in. So it's a great way to address that pain. And then if you're feeling, a headache coming on, any kind of achiness, you could diffuse or make a roller out of the following: lavender, eucalyptus, and rosemary. So 1 drop of lavender, 1 drop of eucalyptus, and 2 drops of rosemary is a great combination. You could put that in a little 5 milliliter roller. You could put some unscented body lotion in your hand, put those drops right into that lotion and apply, or you could put that combination in a diffuser. And this is an after sun blend. I know we're going into fall and winter here, but this would actually also be appropriate if you had any kind of skin burn, like if you burn yourself on the stove or in boiling water or anything like that. This is going to be a cup of aloe vera gel, and you can get that right at CVS, Walmart, anywhere like that. And you're going to put 5 drops of lavender oil and keep that in the fridge, and that's going to be a perfect thing to put on your skin if you get sunburn. You can, like I said, you can use it for skin burns as well. And the aloe vera is very moisturizing to your skin. You can also add a few drops of peppermint and frankincense. My actual go-to for after sun blend has been lavender, peppermint, frankincense, and sometimes I will add a little bit of tea tree. But that's been a great combination. We've avoided any kind of skin peeling, any kind of skin damage using that combination when one of us happens to get a sunburn. And lavender can be used neat right out of the bottle. If you burn yourself on the stove, for instance, you can apply lavender directly to the burn. So we want to make sure that we're always using quality oils. There's oils everywhere right now. Walmart, Target, CVS, they're all over the place. And we want to be really sure that we are using quality oils, because essential oils really do have a history of being safe and effective. But you really have to know that not all oils are created equally. Um, because if you're looking in Walmart, for instance, I bought one of those $3 bottles of lavender just so that I could bring it along to my in-person classes so that people could compare. But high quality oils like doTERRA, they go through rounds of rigorous testing to make sure that the product is safe to use. And not all companies are doing that. And many essential oil distributors, they're cutting the oils with synthetic fillers, and those are going to alter the efficacy of the oil. And then plus you're being exposed to something synthetic and fake, which is what we're all trying to avoid. We're trying to get toxic products out of our bodies, and only applying natural, high quality product to our skin, because everything we put on our skin, everything we inhale, and everything we ingest, this is all affecting our entire body. No matter the route, it gets absorbed into our bloodstream, into our cells. So you want to only use essential oils that have been carefully produced, thoroughly tested, because we want to ensure that they're safe for you and your family. So, like I said, doTERRAs are put through a meticulous testing process. They analyze them for any harmful contaminants, other substances that could, compromise the safety or quality of the oil. So it's really important, and especially for ingesting. That is the most important one, because a lot of the oils out on the market will specifically say not safe for ingestion, and that's because they're probably diluted down with a synthetic ingredient. So does anybody have any questions? I think I see that two people are here with me live. So if anybody has any questions, just let me know. I can't really see anything right now, but if you think of any questions, please post them, because I will be coming back to check on the comment section of this video, so I can make sure that I cover all of your questions. I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds. I think there's probably a little bit of a delay between what I'm saying and what's getting to the group. So I'm just going to pause for a second to give anybody a chance to post a question for me. All right. So I used a lot of resources today. I have a lot of links to research, a lot of links to blogs. If you're interested in seeing any of that, just let me know, and I can certainly send you the links. So thank you. That's all I have for today. And I hope that you guys learned some interesting information about doTERRA oils and all the benefits. So please let me know, what was your number one takeaway from this? And what is the first EO discomfort management trick you're going to try from what I talked about today? I'd love to hear in the comments what you thought, and if you're going to try anything, and if there's anything new that you saw that you're interested in. And if you want to comment below, like I said, with any questions, please do that. If you feel more comfortable messaging me privately, you can do that as well. I'm happy to help. And that is it. So thank you very much for attending this webinar, and I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.